Welcome back to another episode of Real Ass Affirmations. I am Chisa Brown, your favorite mental wealth lifestylist. And today I want to talk to all my crybabies. You know who you are. Crybabies. I am one of you. And why do I say that? Because it's true. Now, it's sometimes that you just get so overwhelmed that the only response that you can give to how you feel is to cry. You can't feel better until you cry. And you may have to do something to induce the crying, like watching, something that you watch all the time that you know that can make you cry, or, just allowing the emotion to take over your body. And so what I do is continually like talk about whatever the thing is, which then oftentimes elicits that feeling inside and allows you to cry. Now, this is the thing that I want you to understand. It's not just that you're crying because you're sad, because that could be true, but that doesn't always have to be the situation. But crying is connected to your nervous system. And it's a natural way for our bodies to self-regulate. So, you know how like sometimes you just have too much of something and so you need to like filter it, right? You need to get it out of your system. That's what crying really is. It is getting some shit out of your system, and then after you get that good cry, you usually feel better. Now, I don't know how you were raised, so I'm just going to give you some examples. But I was a good kid who was sometimes bad. And back in my day, you used to get your ass whooped, okay? I don't know about y'all, but this is just my life. So if you identify with this, then okay. Now, if you don't identify and you want some old soft parenting type shit or some newfound whatever, but back in the day, in the 70s, honey, in the 80s, we got ass whoopings, okay? And if you probably came up before then, you probably got an ass whooping too. Now, let me tell you something. Nobody wanted to get an ass whooping when they was little, okay? But you knew you were doing something wrong and you knew that there was going to be a consequence to it. And after the ass whooping, guess what would happen? You would cry. It would probably be one of the worst, nastiest, little snot running down your nose, gotta get something and wipe your face kind of cries. But after that, your ass went to take a nap because you were wore out. And that sleep that happened after that ass whooping and that cry was some of the best sleep ever. And then you would get up and it would be like it was a whole new world and everything was forgiven, okay? Now, don't worry about like child abuse or anything like that because we're not getting into that. I'm just telling you this is what happened. But what happens is it would release like tension. It would release everything that's in your body and you would be able to sleep a little bit better. And I've even noticed this with myself, like, now, I mean, I'm not getting ass whoopings now, except from just like regular life doing things to me, right? So I guess that was kind of practice. But things just happen that make you feel like you need to cry and you do need this release and you can't let go of it until you actually get it. And so the tears come in, they flood your eyes, it affects you. You need to wipe them away. You need to breathe different and then you can calm down. And if you take a nap, it's even better. But you can then think a little bit clearer because it feels like the tears help to actually wash away some of the nonsense and the overwhelm that was in your mind. And so you may have an urge to cry if you're in conflict. Like if there's somebody that's really like fucking with you, you might want to cry. And guess what happens when you cry when you're in conflict? It saves the other motherfucker. Because you crying, they think maybe you're sad or they might think you're weak. But that crying, if you get to a certain level of madness, is protecting their ass because you're trying to self-regulate and they don't even understand that they could have got fucked up. And so I know some of y'all know about that. But when someone yells at you, it could make you cry because it could startle you. It could trigger some things that happened from back in the day. If someone blames you for something, now I'm a good one for this. Don't blame me for no shit that I didn't do that wasn't my fault, okay? But that can elicit like a negative response kind of thing, kind of like a fight or flight, like you feel like you have to do something. And crying may be one of those things that just naturally comes out because it's like, I can't fucking believe that you just tried to blame me for some shit that I didn't do, right? Sometimes too, if you're too overstimulated. So It could be it's a movie. It could be that you're watching something like on social media and it just the feeling that you have, it could be something good and it just you're overstimulated from it and it's like, "Oh my God," like when you watch somebody else cry, it can elicit that experience for you too, right? And if you're just overwhelmed in a positive way, I get so pumped up positively that sometimes I just cry because I'm happy at the actual ending result of something that happened. So I don't want you to think that it's a bad thing for you to be a crybaby. But research shows that oxytocin and endorphins are inside of tears. They're just in there just doing their thing. And it can help bring the body back to a natural calm state of homeostasis. So it's important for your body to cry. So for all my crybabies out there, it's going to make you feel relieved and relaxed after you finish crying. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. So if you feel like you need to cry, maybe you don't want to do it in front of people, fuck that. Go into a closet, go into a bathroom, go lay down and cry and get that shit out. Now, one thing that's effective too, like if you really don't want people to know, get your ass in the shower and cry, okay? And then nobody can even see it because you already got water going on. But it can definitely help you because it will give you a soothing effect and it will lower your cortisol levels. So I just wanted you to think about this because when you keep holding those tears back, it's like a very backed up system and you don't get that release that you need. So let those tears come out, you big old cry baby. Cry because it's necessary in order to regulate your system. Cry because it's going to make you feel better afterwards. Cry just because you feel good, you feel bad, indifferent, whatever it is. But I want you to go ahead and get that cry out. Don't apologize to anybody else for you crying because it is helping you to get back to you. And once you do it, then I want you to see how great you feel on the other side of it, how clear you can think, and I want you to keep moving forward with purpose. So, for all of my crybabies, get those damn tears out so that this way you can be a better person for you. You crybaby. Hey there, it's Chisa Brown. I am your favorite mental wealth lifestylist, and I'm also the host of the Real Ass Affirmations podcast. And I want to let you know, podcasts cost money. Now, you might get them for free, which is a great thing, but I have to pay in order to make sure that you have all this great content. And I want to be able to keep doing that. But I would love to be able to get your support in order to make that continue to happen. So you can go to buymeacoffee.com/RA affirmations and you can donate on a, whenever you feel like it basis, or you can donate on a monthly basis and become a subscriber. So whichever thing floats your boat is going to be happy and make me happy, and we'll all be happy together because I'm going to keep on giving you these great real ass affirmations, and you'll be able to support with not only your listens, but also with your dollars. And I appreciate every dime. So make sure you give it to the people literally so we can keep on giving you these real ass affirmations.